Hey, what's up everyone? Ryan here, and I'm back with another College Football 26 Road to Glory series video, and today we have the freshman year regular season finale for Ryan Gamer. Today we have the Governor's Cup rivalry matchup between the Kentucky Wildcats and the Louisville Cardinals. And this game is in Louisville, and what better way to close out your freshman regular season with the win over your rivals in front of their home fans. So, this is not going to be an easy matchup though. Now, you take a look at these overalls. We have the better overall, 84 versus 82. We both have an identical offense, 84 and 84, but Louisville has an 81 offense, we have an 84. But keep in mind, they have home field advantage, so they're going to be playing way above what their overalls say right there. Now, our impact player for the week is Payne. Payne came back from injury last week in his first game back and had a great game. I mean, we fought in Alabama last week. What a tough environment. And for a freshman quarterback in a hostile environment, I think Ryan Gamer played a very solid game. You know, you can't ask much more from a freshman quarterback. So this week, though, you can ask a lot from your freshman quarterback because this is a rivalry game against a team that has some weaknesses on defense. So just like always today, we're going to be going through the top stories, taking a look at the top 25 and the college football playoff projections, and then doing the weekly agenda and diving into the week 13 matchup here. So I have timestamps for you all in the video description, and the game start timestamp is at the bottom of the screen. So feel free to jump ahead whenever you want to. And if y'all get some enjoyment on today's video, be sure you drop a like before you go. It really helps the channel, and subscribe for plenty more sports game content. And starting with the top stories here. Big top 10 matchup and rivalry game between Notre Dame and USC. Going into this matchup, Notre Dame is number 4 and USC is number 10 there. Next up, Arizona State will be facing off against Arizona in their rivalry matchup this week, led by their running back, Kendrick Riscano. Not sure if I'm saying his name correctly, but I was taking a look at his stats. He's had a really good year at the running back position. Next up, BYU last week had an upset against Arizona, 35-31. Arizona dropping in the rankings with that huge loss, a big upset there. Now, Oklahoma's receiver Isaiah Horton had an incredible game. He had 15 catches, 192 yards, and 3 reception touchdowns. They won against Vanderbilt big time. That was actually their regular season finale. They have a bye week in week 13. They do not have a game this week on their team schedule that I saw. Vandy was their last game. They won 54-14 in that one. And here's your look at the college football playoff top 25 rankings. Miami finishes the perfect season, 12-0, number 1. Ohio State, number 2. Michigan, number 3. Michigan is undefeated. They play Ohio State here in the final week, and that's going to be the Big Ten championship as well. So Ohio State and Michigan will play right back to back there. Notre Dame, number 4. Clemson, 5. Penn State, 6. Alabama took us down last week, and they moved up from 14 to 7. And that shows how much the top 25 selection committee really values this Kentucky Wildcat team. They got a big win at home over us, and they move up 7 spots there. So I'm glad that we've earned their respect, right? UTSA, number 8. Texas Tech, number 9. USC, number 10. Indiana, number 11. And LSU, number 12. Now, some of you all, unless you're an Indiana fan, if you're an Indiana fan, you're going to be fired up that you all have that 11th spot. But I was taking a look at some of the schedules, and Georgia, their strength of schedule has been insane. Indiana's had a tough schedule too, but nothing like the schedule Georgia has had. They have an 8-3 record, both of them. And LSU's in that spot with a very tough schedule as well. But keep in mind, LSU is behind Indiana. And LSU could be the first team out of the college football playoff at the 12th spot, depending on how the conferences play out, right? So Georgia's number 21. They've had a tough schedule, so they're not happy. Duke's not happy either at 9-2. And Arizona were upset last week to BYU. If it wasn't for that, they would be in that spot over Indiana. That loss moved Indiana into that spot. And here's your look at the Southeastern Conference. Georgia, number 1. Oklahoma, number 2. That would be the SEC championship. Now, we're still only number 5. That's actually really good. Like, we're up there at number 5. What an improvement for the Kentucky Wildcats from the 2025 year and especially the 2024 year. So, what a turnaround this team has had. We're looking to close out the win over Louisville today, though. The Ryan Gamer had another solid week of practice. So, 4,880 coaching trust now, and that moves us up to another play count. Now we have 9 plays that show up, right? That is awesome. And coach happiness is all the way up right now. And we actually had a conversation. If you watched the end of the last episode, Coach Stoops messaged Ryan Gamer and just said how happy he was with Ryan Gamer's performance on and off the field, right? Love to see that. Now, the good news is for our weekly agenda, we have 6 energy points to spend. So we didn't have any conversations that took energy points last week. So we have 1 skill point. We're not going to be able to lock in enough skill points to improve, but we have learned one thing. We better spend time in physical therapy, because one thing I want to point out. Now, you can see our overall health there for the season, but look at the bottom right. You see how it says season and career health? Not only we're only halfway through the season health, so that's good, right? But look at the career health. Once a player's season health is empty, they will no longer recover from wear and tear. But I want to add to that, once the career health goes all the way down, your career is over. It's a career-ending injury. So this means we've already used up the entire freshman year and into sophomore year. So Ryan Gamer is going to only be able to play 3 years in this career mode series due to our wear and tear. We've taken a lot of hits. So yes, this will probably be a 3-year career mode series due to that health. Unless we start getting hit less, right? But we'll see. But this week, we're spending time in physical therapy. You better believe it. Ryan's best friends with his physical therapy and athletic training staff. Yeah, we got to do it to where it's all the way. There we go. We had to spend 4 energy points on that. The rest of it has to go into studying. Midterms are in 2 weeks. I would like to work on leadership, but our head coach loves studying more than anything. We found that out. You do bad on exams, he hates you. And it is time for the Governor's Cup rivalry matchup, the final game of Ryan Gamer's freshman year. Kentucky versus Louisville. Now, we will have a postseason bowl game, right? So that's exciting, but this is the final game of the regular season. Let's finish strong, everybody. This is not going to be an easy environment to play in. It's a hostile environment, a rivalry game, playing for the Governor's Cup here. So for uniforms, Louisville, they're rocking their just default home. Okay, so we're going to wear the chrome helmets and we're going to wear the blue pants. That's what we're going to wear today for this rivalry matchup. And playbook, you better believe, is going to be LSU. It's been a great playbook this year. I love it. It's my favorite road to glory. It is time. Regular season finale. Final regular season game, freshman year. No mistakes. I don't want to throw 1 interception today. Let's throw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Let's do this.
The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome everyone to Louisville, Kentucky, L&N Stadium, home of the Cardinals. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here.
It's always raining, and they did an update recently to decrease the frequency of rain, and I still feel like it rains so much in Dynasty, but more so in Road to Glory. We get to close out with the rain game. Now, we did have an incredible game against Mizzou in the rain. That was at home, though. So, 457 yards that game. Yeah, here we go. Defense gets the stop. Come on. Let's lock it in.
They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Just missed
a little wild throw to start for Ryan. I guess he's a little nervous.
These two first met in 1912 and both have a rich history of stars. Johnny Unitas, Lamar Jackson from Louisville, Bear Bryant, and Tim Couch at Kentucky through the years. The rivalry is a great one, fellas.
That's a great list of
one.
People to think about in this rivalry. Obviously, it runs deep, and the uniforms are solid, right? Like bright red, blue on the other side, just a nice color clash.
Yeah, visually and optically, you're right. This is a very good-looking rivalry game, but it's also good on the field. There's a lot of talent assembled here today.
Yeah, there really is. Here we go.
To the air on 2nd down. Right on target this time.
Beautiful.
And the explosive play.
Yeah, and a lot of the
all
headlines
the way to the 44.
in Lexington, Kentucky are reading, is Ryan Gamer the next Tim Couch? That's what the headlines are reading, so we'll see.
Speed, picking up extra yardage after catching the slant.
They mentioned Tim Couch's name there, talking about the rivalry. Is Ryan Gamer the next Tim Couch? That's what the headlines are reading in Lexington.
The give to the back.
He's got a lot to prove.
And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Don't like any of these plays.
Nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys.
Inside zone's better than the RPOs.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
This is when I wish we could audible, but we can't. Looks like they're blitzing a safety, and they are. But it's wide open. Go, Payne! Go! Never mind, perfect play call.
Touchdown, Kentucky.
Huge play.
Look at that dance move.
Guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him.
Let's go, Payne.
The rest. Look at the speed.
Put the pain on Louisville Cardinals today.
Nice run.
That was awesome. You know, they were blitzing the safety, but the safety was blitzing the other direction. The outside linebackers blitzing the other way. It left the middle of the field wide open because their offensive line did such a good job blocking. They were blitzing into the wrong spots, the perfect spots for that play call. But it's a good thing I did change plays because that inside zone wasn't on the previous list. So, yeah, let's go. We didn't have to do much that drive. I love that. It's so much easier when you get a rushing touchdown, right? Wow, so much less stressful. 7-0. Why would we run a screen here? You're kidding. Timeout. You never run a screen in the end zone.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Why are we not just doing a normal run? Jerry's back calling plays on the sideline again this week, so he's no longer with the defense. That's only Coach Stoops this week. Bush Handon was signal caller last week. I know he's our offensive coordinator, but Jerry helped with the defense last week. It worked in the first half, but
not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Not the rest of the game, right?
Man, those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding.
We needed Jerry at offense.
Really stopping the other team's run game. Just
wide open.
Forcing contact with those guards.
Oh, I thought he could fight for it. RB was open too.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage.
What other plays we got?
All of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
I don't like any of the pass plays, so I guess we're going to go on inside zone.
And the Wildcats really need
I don't like
to keep
it, though.
This drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try
Oh, that's
to
wide
run
open. Our line came to play.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Nice job by this offense.
This might be a running game, everybody.
3rd and short. They know you're going to run the football, and they
Rainy
still
night.
did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle.
We've just got a lot of speed here.
50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Wait, did that say they have one of the worst defenses in college football, or we have one of the worst run games? Because I think we probably do have the worst run game.
Wants to go up top. Finds his man. It's Payne.
Beautiful.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Okay, I'm looking at
The Wildcats
Williams.
come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive.
He doesn't drop, even in the rain. Inside leverage,
They'll
what a
pick
throw.
up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again.
Oh, he knocked it out. That was a good play.
There forces the incompletion on 1st down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Now adjusting.
Got to throw that away.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
A nice job by the
We're still not going to do anything fancy. We're not going to throw an interception, obviously, but
Quarterback making checks.
yeah, going to hot route Williams straight down the field.
On 3rd down, going up top. They get enough.
Number
push, and it
95.
pays off the sack at the 20.
And the defense gets.
I didn't even have time for anything. Like, Ryan is in the middle of his his 3-step drop there and just gets crushed on his first step. That was full speed. That was a big man running through there. Number 95 dominated. Okay. Our defense gets the stop, though. Come on. Look at Big Blue Nation over there in the corner there on the right. Top right of the screen.
From the gun, the ground game. Man down on the play as the officials.
I mean, these stadiums are about an hour apart.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Catch in the middle.
Good
It's
play.
Harris. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get
This
to that
play has
first down
worked
marker.
recently. You just let the sprint animation play out and usually hit RB. I mean B, not B. Not RB. You're like, no, right, it's B. I know.
Caught near the sticks. It's Washington. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first.
I would
down
never
to
hit the wrong
32.
button.
Looking to throw
Blitz,
on
easy
first
running
down.
back.
Makes the grab. It's Payne. And they pick up just a few on that completion. You know,
Okay, Jerry signals in and all go here. All right, Jerry.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're
Deep shot for the end zone.
Oh,
Needed
needed to throw it a touch sooner. I waited too late.
Scoring opportunity.
I like the play, though. I really do.
This is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time.
We can audible to a Texas route? That's game-changing.
Going up top again.
Didn't know we could do that.
Finds his man. It's Payne.
I'm going to start doing that a
It's
lot.
enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
I didn't know that was a hot route option.
One of the things I love about this running back, he can run
Big time
a lot
play.
of
Come
different
on.
types of routes. I like the job on the angle route there, putting his foot in the ground, crossing the defender's face, and making it an easy pitch and catch for the QB.
He'll be hauled down just inside.
Look,
the 10,
Jerry
9 as
calling
they
in the
drive
halfback
this
angle, another Texas route there.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire.
Williams.
Got it.
What a catch.
Completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Boy, they'd
I
love to
hope
move
they
the
blitz
sticks
here.
and take a
Look
shot
at Payne
it
for a
on 1st
touchdown.
and goal. Looking to throw for
Easy.
it. Grab near
Full
the
on,
sticks.
full on
It's
blitz,
Payne.
easy touchdown.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Payne's having a day.
His team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come
Putting
out
the
and start
pain on his
clicking,
rival
make some
today.
plays. It
Come
doesn't
on.
always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Remember, this is the transfer from Notre Dame. He played for Notre Dame in the 2025 year. That was when we were in high school, right? And then we got recruited to play freshman year in 2026, and Payne transferred from Notre Dame to Kentucky. So love that. I mean, he was injured most of the year, and Wilcox played great, but Payne has been dominating. 75 yards, a touchdown. What a start. And our defense does it again.
Opening snap of this
I
drive
will say, the
comes from
fans are
38-yard
quiet today in
line.
Louisville. What are they doing? They're not this quiet in real life here.
Looking to throw on 1st down.
I could barely hear them.
Got a man. It's Gilmore. Good pick up there as he
I know
gets
they're
the
not one of the
first down,
toughest
and
places
they'll
to
mark him
play.
at the 48.
So, and
This
Ryan Gamer
offense
does
with the
have
first
Road
set
Dog
of
now,
downs.
so that's big.
Wants to throw on 1st down.
No. Thank you for the rain. And that's a defensive end, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
Yeah, I
you,
don't know if
thank
the
you.
quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought
Thank
the
you,
defense was
thank
gonna
you,
be in man
thank
coverage
you,
that time,
thank
but they
you,
were in
thank you.
zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance.
Yeah,
to be
he was
complete.
not open.
My old coach said,
Luckiest
"You'll never
play
go
of-
broke
of
taking
Ryan
profit.
Gamer's
Take
career.
what's there, take
You know,
the
I hate the
positive
rain,
yards,
but I
never
love it
complain.
for defense, right? I don't love it when our receivers drop it, but I will gladly play in the rain for that. Are you kidding me? They were ready for that.
You know, the runner just
I
has
do
to
like
have
the
a
play
little
call there,
bit
though.
more patience.
I like the run, but yeah, they were ready.
Lot of field in front of them as they
Okay,
open this
I'm
possession
looking
from
at
their own 20.
probably Gilmore on a slant. We can audible. The stadium's not pulsing.
Looking downfield on first down. And
Yeah, it's a bang play.
A big hit there forces second down.
Run
Many
it.
receivers like to get hit. They just don't.
We don't have a
okay?
choice,
They're
but
prima
I
donnas.
do
That's
not
what
agree
they
with
are.
that.
That's who they are.
Wait,
Nice job by
if
the
we could
defender.
audible
You
here,
could
this is a
tell
touchdown.
he was catching the football. He was going to put
They have a
hit on
weakness
him
of speed
to
on the
make
outside
sure
there.
he had
That's a
to think
touchdown.
about something later,
can't
and
audible,
see
though.
the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll knock him down after a 6-yard
like it inside
gain to the
cross.
27.
And I'm looking at Gilmore and
the
Payne.
Wildcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short.
That's a terrible throw. Yep.
Picked off.
Not a bad decision. Ryan Gamer just tossed that up in the air over his head. I was going for a bullet pass. We have good throw power, and a lot of times that works, but we're in the rain. So,
perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
he just throw that right at him is what I was trying to do. The rain plays a big factor. You know, you got to be careful doing the full-on bullet passes, and there's an example of it. It just, you could see it slip out of his hands right up in the air. The running back was open there. He had inside, he was right there in front, right? That defender is not going to jump in and make the pick, but if you throw it above him to the defender, that's the rain, right? Plays a big factor in this game. I should have known not to bullet pass it, though. All right, it's all right.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard
Wouldn't be a gamer ability video without an interception. I'm just proud I didn't hit the wrong button.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Payne.
That's how many times I hit the wrong button. I throw an interception, and I'm proud of that interception that it wasn't a wrong button,
it's
right?
funny. I know running backs oftentimes
Minute
are
43
afterthoughts
left.
when
Come
it
on.
comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try?
We
to
did a
get
bullet
him
pass
involved
there.
in
He
the
jumped
passing
for
game
it.
as well. You just saw in that last play
He
how
did not jump
dangerous
for
he
it the
is
last
after
time.
the catch.
Yeah, and you see running backs in
We got
today's
plenty of
football,
time.
They play wide receiver basically
Wait.
for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch
change the
ball
play.
consistently.
Here comes the heat.
Oh, good try. The rain just really affects your throws, right? Ryan is usually very accurate, but in the rain, he's not.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason.
Good hot route there.
You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you
go.
pay in a hurry.
Really nice job.
thought I
there
hit
by the
hurry up, but
quarterback,
apparently not.
understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot. Get the ball out of your
A was
hands
open.
quickly,
I
make
tried
an
to hit
accurate
A up the
throw,
middle.
and pick up the first. Well
Waited
done.
too long.
Can't find his man as he took a shot
Wait
trying
a
to
second.
deliver that football. And it'll
Another
be
post
second
here.
down.
This might work. Outside.
Wants to go up
Yep.
top. He'll off one deep down the left side.
What a play
And
by
it's in
24.
for the massive
That was a
explosive
great play.
Instead, they're looking at a 3rd down.
That was honestly
DB
a
does
phenomenal
an
play.
outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football.
All right, we got this.
No PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
He'll take another shot here.
We made up for those bad throws. We made up for the interception at that perfect time. But we got to throw a touchdown to make up for that. But what a throw.
Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Oh, he makes
Beautiful.
the
We're
catch.
getting in a rhythm.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position.
I
for a
got to
score.
remember to not beam it in there too much. I know I keep doing that, but in the rain, you got to be so careful.
They'll go to the air. Into the end zone.
Yes! Touchdown, Kentucky! Wow, why did it skip right through? I wanted to see the touchdown celebration. I didn't hit 8 or anything. Okay. Huge touchdown, though. That's what matters, right? Yeah, we did throw a pick. Bad throw in the rain. I held down to beam it. We've done that all year. The problem is when you're in the rain, then if you don't have a leveled up the natural ability, plays a big factor in it. You could see it slip out of Ryan's hand. It just sailed over. It happens. If that's not a rainy game, that's going to be a perfect throw. But yeah, it is what it is. That is a huge play, and our defense gets... No, wait. We scored right before the half. How much time was left? Wait a second. I wasn't even watching the clock. Oh, I can't wait to watch that back. Was that
opens up at the 23-yard line.
I didn't even look at it. I'm not lying. I didn't even take any look at the clock.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
It wouldn't be a Ryan Gamer head coaching or quarterback video without that. Was that last second? Okay, we're going to do a post on the inside. Oh, we can't audible. They're fired up now. Okay.
Second down, he'll throw it. Gonna take a
It's
shot
open.
at this DB.
It's open! Yes! Kozart does it again!
And he slipped through the crowd and he'll
The hero against Mizzou in the rain.
Wildcats.
He's a natural in the rain. He has the
Now
natural.
they've got
That's
a
what he
little
does.
breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much
What
of
does
a
the
factor
natural ability
momentum
do?
can be in these types of rivalry
That.
games, David. So this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my
That's what he does. You know, Kozart, you get him in the rain. If he's pressed on the outside, you throw it up to him every time. Nobody can keep up with him unless they have natural on the other side. He's so good in the rain, and 3 touchdowns, 249 yards. You talk about bouncing back after that interception earlier. You know, that's football sometimes. You got to move on, right? And our defense does it again. We are on fire.
First play of the drive comes from the 22. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Zimmerman.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just
I like a
get the
run
ball
here.
out of your
I do.
hands. Get it to your
Payne's
playmaker.
had a good game.
A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They go
Yeah,
to the
I mean,
ground.
beautiful
Oh,
run.
he's getting ahead of steam. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
Mesh spot, our
The
favorite
offense
play.
lines up at the
Looking at
40. They've
Williams
got a
and
first
Payne.
down. Looking to throw
Williams
on
wide
first
open.
down. Caught over the middle. It's
Harris was
Williams.
open too, but Williams is the
defense
better
had that one
receiver.
Well covered, just a short gain there.
Wait, this might be a touchdown.
The modest gain on the
No, they're not
completion
pressing.
really shows why
Okay.
you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
I want
100%
Williams
zone
not on
eyes
the
on the
delayed
quarterback.
route. I want him
I
on
see
like
him
a
throw
small
the football,
out route to
break
create a
on it,
levels
go
concept.
make tackles, live to fight
Yep.
another down.
Ooh,
Grabbed over the
Williams
middle.
does
It's
not
Williams.
have the natural. Did you
He's
see how
really
slow that
close to
cut
that
was?
first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Okay, all run plays.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is
Okay.
giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
I would throw here, but
On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he's going to go
he had the hole.
backwards, and they
He had it. There
force
was
a
space
fourth
there.
down.
Just push
What
forward
a
through the line.
play by this
Instead,
defensive front.
he cuts out. You know, that is a nightmare for a head coach when a running back does that. And I don't know what Payne was thinking. This is a senior, right? I believe he's a senior. And can't be doing that. Okay. It's all right. 28-7. We should have thrown there.
And the Wildcats
can't throw every
come
play,
to the
though.
line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Caught in the
Thought he had
backfield,
some
it's
space.
Payne. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Got it set up on the outside. Running with pace, changing speed,
We'll take it.
showing the moves. He's down to the 30.
I like this play. I like this play a lot.
Love the
I'm looking at
execution there in the
Gilmore
screen. The
underneath,
running back
and I
shows
want a
pass
Texas
protect,
route
pass
out of the
protect.
backfield.
Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the
I should have hit
football,
the
and I think
Texas
a lot of
route,
that has
right?
to do with they know
Should have hit the Texas route, but that's again the rain. Gilmore was supposed to do a very short drag route. Did you see him? He couldn't cut, so he went deep and then he went in. It wasn't supposed to be a deep route. It's supposed to be a very short drag route, like one yard, start cutting. Instead, he got up the field, you know, slipping a little bit in the rain. It happens. I mean, the ball slipped out of Ryan's hands multiple times this game. But we got the field goal, and that's what matters. 31-7. Come on.
A lot of work to do as this
Wait.
drive will start from the
Williams,
16-yard line.
are they in? Well, let's see.
Looking
Yep.
to throw on first down.
Easy
Catch
hot
in
route.
the middle, it's Williams. And he'll
I
get
have
it
to
up
say,
the
the
38.
Louisville
It'll be a
fans
first
here
down.
are not helping their
To be
team.
honest, I think
What?
the quarterback was a little bit
Like,
surprised
Louisville
himself
fans
at the play
watching
call
this
that came
video
in
right
that
now are
time.
going to be
You've got
very
a
frustrated
three-possession
with their
lead here in
Cardinals
the
fans
third quarter of
because
this game.
they're giving up home field advantage. They're, I know it's 31-7, but you know, wake up.
You're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige.
Actually, stay asleep.
Playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking it.
But that's what Louisville Cardinals fans are saying, right? Wake up. No, I would rather you stay asleep over there.
Working well behind the sticks on second down.
Okay, wait. Williams on a slant.
He wants to change this
Yep,
route.
double slant.
Second down, they'll go to the air.
That's all Williams.
And the pass is in.
That is something in the last game. Receivers would never jump up for the football like that. That was picked off in the last game. Now receivers actually fight for the football like they should. Last game, that's a pick every time.
He's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
You're in the last game,
It's Payne.
your receivers would just sit there. That's okay. Give it to Payne. Let him try to fight for it. Yeah, receivers would sit there, right? Just let it get picked off. Not even try to grab it. It drove me nuts. One of the best changes in this game. It doesn't matter. Our defense is so good right now. Our offense is so good too, right? But we haven't had very good drives recently.
90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10.
It's nice to be able to audible on the road. Thank you to Louisville here.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got it behind the line. It's Payne. And a good job of coverage.
If
by
we
that
can
defense
catch
as a
Cozart
short
again,
and it seems
we're
to
going to
be
get
a
another
lot
touchdown
easier for
because,
a quarterback
wait,
to
Gilmore
find
should be
this
wide
guy
open.
than it is
Wait a
for the
second.
defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football
I
as many
misread
ways
it.
as possible because he is.
It's a seam wide
I know
open.
80 was open too, but
They
give
get
it to
him down,
Williams.
and
Let
that'll
him
be
make
the
a play.
final play of the third
Cozart was
period.
open, but
We've reached the
just
break,
shows
and
how much trust we
Kentucky
have
is
in
on top.
Williams.
And as we
He's so
switch
good in the
ends on
rain.
field,
So is
let's take a
Cozart,
quick
though.
look
To
at
be
the
fair,
national
Cozart's better in the
rankings.
rain, but Williams just runs over people.
As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty
The
sizable
band here
comeback to
is
win this
alive.
one.
They're trying to get their team fired up.
Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. The run from the shotgun. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
Like, you know, it has to be heartbreaking for Louisville today.
Just stay physical. You run the football.
Not because, like, obviously they're losing, that's heartbreaking, but it has to be more frustrating that their fans have kind of, you know,
Quarterback
not
adjusting
been
the
there.
pattern.
look at this. A corner route, out route, Cozart, touchdown, play action.
They'll run play action.
Yep, he slipped.
Unloads to the
Ryan!
wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This
It
is some
slipped. It
physical
slipped out of
pass
Ryan's
defense.
hands. The defender slipped.
Yeah, you
Cozart's
just
wide
wonder if the
open.
defense now
It
is
slipped
taking
out of
some
Ryan's hands.
frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave
We
it back
weren't
to the
pressuring
offense.
anything.
They're really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Ryan,
They couldn't
okay.
connect on second
Let's do a
down. Now
post here.
staring at
We
a
might be able to
3rd
beat
and 9.
Cozart. We might be able to beat the defender deep there with Cozart again in the rain.
From the gun, wants
Yep.
to pass. He puts a lot
You
of
can't
air
keep
under
up
down
with
the
them with natural.
sideline.
Nobody can. In the
Makes
rain,
the
if you don't have
right.
natural, good luck.
Touchdown, Kentucky. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch it. They're now in really
That's on
good
Lou-
shape.
that's
They
on
get back
Louisville's
into the win
defensive
column as
coordinator.
they extend the lead here
They
late.
have to realize that he has the natural, right?
CATS, cats as Kentucky builds
They
this
didn't
lead.
watch enough
Feels like it's
film
been a
on
fast
Ashton
break on the
Cozart.
basketball court here for a while now. Kentucky
What a
showing
throw.
the speed all over the field, pulling away from Louisville.
Yeah, taking care of business, taking care of emotions. The battle, obviously, of Kentucky.
You talk about closing out your freshman year with a blowout win against your rivals. You know, this is me getting revenge for what the Louisville Cardinals did to my Wildcats in real life in the 2024 season. They crushed us, right? So this is me taking out frustration on the Louisville Cardinals, but they've completely surrendered home field advantage. We can audible. We can audible and do whatever we want. Their fans are not fired up. They were fired up in the first quarter. I don't even say they were fired up because we could still hot route. And if you can hot route, if the opposing fans are not loud enough, you can hot route. It changes everything, right? As you can see. So what a play there. We should have had a touchdown a couple plays sooner with Cozart. The natural is so good in the rain. It's nice that he has it, and I didn't actually see that he had it until a couple games ago. So we could have been using this all year. We've had so many rain games, especially at home. Is this our first road rain game? I think so. Look, victory formation. Wait, never mind. I thought they had the starters out. Never mind. I was celebrating too early. I thought they had the starters out. Louisville just had a couple scores in a row, right? 45-21. What happened?
They'll put this one in play first.
Maybe they had the backups in and they changed their mind, right? That could have been what happened.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing.
Should we hit Kozart deep again, everybody? Should we do it again?
Coverage by the defense, just a short
You think
gain.
they'll put a safety back now, or you think they'll allow it? No, they're going to back up probably. Let's do Texas route.
Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker.
Waited too long. I was so slow there. Wake up, Ryan.
Really do any damage.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the
Okay.
football, and now they face
Louisville,
third down.
good luck.
From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one deep down the right side.
Wow, it was the safety. They did put a safety there.
On third down, but now
They put a safety there. That was a good call. It was a cover two, right? I can't see the outside receiver there. I should have changed to a different view since he was so far wide. So, yeah, it's all right. I wanted another touchdown there. And they scored again? Defense. We must have our backups in over there on defense.
Kentucky
What
sends
is
the
happening?
offense back out onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field
You
position
cannot
this
give
time.
up. This is a sign of our defense kind of giving up, right? You can't give up.
An opportunity to get some points.
Yeah, we still probably won, but
as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and
Texas
capitalize
route.
on this field position.
Wants to fire on second
Yep.
down.
The linebacker can't guard three people.
They'll get him
He
stopped
can't
at
guard
the
three.
34. He's got
Our
10
second
yards on.
400-yard
That would
game.
end a first down.
Incredible.
This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment. on
Look
this
for right
big
up the field. I'm looking
stage,
at
it is
Washington
so
first,
nice
though.
to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can
He's
focus
open.
on, that you can trust.
X was
He
open.
was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that
I know you might say, why are we
your
throwing
legacy
it?
as a player
Well,
is defined by how you play
last game of the
in
year, why not?
rivalry games like this.
They'll go back to the air on second down.
like, I'm still not going to throw a risky throw, right?
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It'll be third and long.
They're out of timeouts.
Wants to throw again. Oh, they're after him.
Kick the
That
field goal,
pass is
win the game.
well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Kick the field goal, win the game. We didn't. We didn't kick the
Kentucky
field
had the
goal,
horses
but
today,
we
and they
won!
ran well
Let's
down the
go!
backstretch and made it all the way to the wire to
What a
outlast
win!
Louisville and take home the Governor's Cup. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
Yeah, what a relief. What a big win in a massive rivalry here, and what a game for the freshman quarterback's final game of the regular season here in freshman year. A-. We did have that one interception early on. The ball slipped out of Ryan's hands. You know, had a couple bad throws today due to the rain, but Kozart. Player of the game. I hope it rains in every game. I hope it rains in every game, right? Why not? 4 touchdowns, 1 interception early on. That's how you bounce back after interception. But Louisville, they fought to the end. I mean, they got within 8 points there, and it shouldn't have been. I mean, our defense fell apart. Our defense allowed 30 points in the 4th quarter. I believe what happened was, so we had that long break. I think we put in our backups. And then I think the head coach, Mark Stoops, came in and put in our starters again. And it seemed like he might have took them back out, or maybe he took out our defense. It looked like we had defense backups. But we put up 14 points in the 4th quarter, and without that, we lose the game. Isn't that crazy? They woke up in the 4th quarter. Our defense held them to 7 points in the first 3 quarters. They scored 30. Had to be our backups, right? Had to be. And, you know, in a rivalry game, last game of the year, I don't think you ever take out your starters, but, you know, you don't want anybody to get hurt, right? 7 points in the first, 14 in the second, 10 in the third, 14 in the fourth. Our best game scoring, right? 45 points, or I guess we scored 45 against Mizzou, right? Wasn't that game 45-37? I think so, but this game should not have been that close. That's why you don't let up, right? That is why you don't let up. I mean, Louisville really dominated at the end of that game. They ran for 156 yards. They had 452 offense. We had 476 offense. I mean, they had a good game offensively in the fourth quarter, right? We had 408 passing yards, another exceptional game passing, and we did throw 1 interception. Louisville did not have any turnovers. But what a way to close out the year. I mean, what a season. Freshman year. We'll take a look at the stats right at the end of this episode, but 33 of 51, 408 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. We throw a lot, right? Like, we throw all the time. This is a fun offense. This is a fun team. We have so many weapons receiving, and Payne had a good game rushing the ball. We didn't run much, right? Didn't run much at all. But this is what we did. Payne put the pain on the Louisville Cardinals today. 15 for 99, 2 touchdowns. If you're a running back on our team, you love Ryan Gamer, right? Like, you better be ready when you're a running back because you're getting the ball, and you're getting the ball probably 30 times a game between rushing and receiving. That's what we do. You know, we are check down specialists, short routes. That's what we do. Now, today, 2 touchdowns for Kozar, only 3 catches for 151 yards, though. He's amazing. So Kozar does not have the natural. I thought for sure it showed the natural early on this year. That was so dangerous. He's 96 speed, right? He's their fastest player with 94 catching, so you can still trust him. But I was trusting that he had the natural. I made it up, clearly. You know how dangerous that is? The 96 speed carried him. I thought he had the natural, so I was playing that game like he had the natural, and Kozart over there thought he had the natural as well, right? It's like, yeah, I've got the natural, Ryan. That's right. That's so funny. I'm lucky he's fast, right? I knew that we had speed mismatches everywhere, but I thought for sure that Kozart had the natural. He does not have the natural. That is good to know. I was playing like he did, right? Going for those deep throws. You don't press him, though. 96 speed. He's got great acceleration. 94 catching. He's amazing. He's a phenomenal talent, and that's good to know he doesn't have the natural now. Some of you all are probably laughing. Like, Ryan, be careful out there. Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm going to take a look at highlights here, take a couple screenshots, and then we'll take a look at our season stats and look at the road ahead. That's so funny, though. I thought he had the natural. I literally had my strategy multiple times that game, thinking he had the natural. He's just way too fast, right? He can break a press. They don't have a lot of speed on the defensive side, and he just happened to run away from him. He did not have the natural. So that could have turned out terrible if he slips, right? I was under the impression that he had it. I thought for sure he had it, but what do I know? Clearly, not when players have the natural ability, but we gained a lot of coaching trust, as we should. That was a great game. Coach happiness all the way up. Wear and tear is looking, we might only be able to play 2 years, right? It's true. We might only be able to play 2 years. Look, we're almost to junior year. We are literally almost to junior year on wear and tear. Brian's going to be a 2-year player here in college football because of its wear and tear. We've almost used half of Ryan's career health. We get hit every play. Even when we throw it, we get hit. There's not a play Ryan does not get hit. Oh, no. Well, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed 2 seasons in this career mode series. It's all you're going to get. I can tell you that right now. Now, look, though. The wear and tear was not bad this week, but clearly it was. We gained a lot of experience that game. We got wait, we needed 3 touchdowns. Did we do it? Yes, we did. We threw 4. Look look at this, Coach Stoops. You gashed them through the air. I said a high goal for you and you hit it. That's big time. He said throw for over 3 touchdowns or 3 rushing. Never going to do 3 rushing and win the game. Barely won the game. It's not really barely win. You put your backups in, they're going to score, right? Experience boost, 500 to the player. That's amazing. That's more skill points. Coach happiness all the way up right now. We got a bowl game. Now, I do want to point out, if you all remember in the last game, hey, we got the trophy unlocked, the Governor's Cup. Let's go. If you remember in College Football 25, I threw a lot of interceptions in freshman year and not very many in the next year for Rec. That was with Rec Gamer, but that was in the Big 12. And then junior year happened. We stayed in the Big 12 for Texas Tech. I mean, Rec Gamer broke the record for interceptions thrown that year, right? Then we had a great final year at LSU. But I'm saying, like, you know, we've done a better job not throwing as many interceptions this year, but, like, you know, they'll happen. They'll happen. Once I stop throwing these underneath routes, you know, once I start getting a little more confident and throwing over top, that's when those interceptions will start flowing. And yeah, we got to take a look at the season stats. So first off, let's advance the week. What a win though. It shouldn't have been that close, right? Our defense did not show up in the finale there. 30 points. That's insane. But hey, they had a great first 3 quarters, so there's that. We have an extra. We have not had 7 energy for a long time on the weekly agenda. That is massive. So we have a bye week before bowl week, right? So we'll have a couple weeks off here. Now, top stories. What happened? Ty Washington had a solid game, 2 touchdowns, and Notre Dame lost to USC. What a win. And we'll see. Here's the top 25. Wait. Ohio State took down Michigan, and that moved them to number 1 over Miami. Okay, I guess strength of schedule was bigger there. So Ohio State takes the number 1 team in the nation. They took down Michigan. Michigan had their first loss, dropping to number 5. Now, the playoff bracket is not set yet, but what we need to look at is our stats, right? Here we go. How did we do, everybody? I feel like we did really well. So, Ryan Gamer, 9 games played. Remember, we did not even play the entire game. I wish we would have. I mean, the entire season. I wish we would have, though. 271 completions, 390 passes. We throw a lot. We don't throw for completion percent, but 2,914 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. You know, that's no interceptions for me. Like, you all looking at that, that's an interception a game. That is amazing. You're talking about somebody, he usually throws the same number of interceptions as touchdowns, or more interceptions than touchdowns. This is an incredible season for me. Like, quarterbacks out there are looking at that and they're like, what? It's true though. That's an incredible season for me. 21 touchdowns, 9 interceptions in 9 games is unreal. Absolutely unreal. We had multiple games without an interception. Crazy to think about that. But 2,914 yards is amazing in 9 games. Like, unheard of. Ryan Gamer is getting the job done here for the Kentucky Wildcats. A iconic year. Now look, we'll see how our wear and tear is after the bowl game. If I'm Coach Stoops, I might be sitting Ryan Gamer for the bowl. And we are not transferring. I want to make that abundantly clear. We are not leaving Kentucky. Kentucky is Ryan Gamer's home. It's his dream to play for Kentucky. We got the scholarship to Kentucky, locked it in. We're staying here. We did not run the ball well this year at all. And after Payne came back from injury, Wilcox has not played at all. But Wilcox dominated. Kozar is leading our team with 9 touchdowns, 876 yards. He's been the difference maker. He truly has. But look how much we spread around the ball. Williams with 749, our tight end. Gilmore 742. Wilcox 504, running back. Payne with 248 in like 3 games, right? It says he played 6. Did he play 6 games? There's no way he played 6 games. If he did, he was a backup for those games and played like 1 snap. I don't know. Washington Jr. Oh, we were a backup to start out. I forgot about that. Washington had a good year as well. I mean, we spread the ball around really well. A lot of touchdowns from multiple players. This receiving core loves Ryan Gamer. How many sacks did our team allow? Who allowed the most sacks? Evan Wibberley there, a senior. 8 sacks allowed through him. 6, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, we allowed a lot of sacks, I can tell you that. Defense, who led the team in interceptions? Logan, not a lot of turnovers. That's rough. And look at this. Jacob Smith with 8 sacks, but now not a lot of sacks outside of that. Who led the team in tackles here? Kamulo Kawau? I know I'm not saying his name correctly. I probably wasn't even close. Now, did we have any kick returns for a touchdown? We had one by Payne. Payne was on the kick return? No wonder he got hurt. And no touchdowns on the punt return. What a year there for freshman quarterback Ryan, the Punisher Gamer. What a year, everybody. This has been so fun. Like, playing for Kentucky here first year, it's been electric. I think the coach made the right choice going with Ryan Gamer. Freshman quarterback to put up the numbers we've had in an SEC schedule is phenomenal. Like, that is a great season, everybody. And it's a freshman year. I threw less interceptions this year than you could ever imagine for my typical 9-game stretch. That might be a new record for me. I really think so. Only 1 interception average a game is a new record. That's a new record for me on the channel, everybody. So now let's go ahead and do the weekly agenda. We have 7 energy. And the main thing we want to see is the playoff bracket, right? And what bowl game did we get, right? So that's going to be huge. We won't know until the conference championships happen. So exams are in 1 week. So we have a week to recover. We're just going to spend all the time studying to make Coach Stoops happy, right? Well, we could... Yeah, okay. We don't want Coach to be mad at us again. Look at Ryan. He's actually reading those textbooks now, everybody. Instead of reading 1 sentences, he's reading 2 sentences, 3 sentences, a whole paragraph. And then look, he read a whole chapter for the first time this year. Wow. Really studying here on the bye week, right? It's the off season. You know, why not? We have 3 skill points to spend. That's not enough to improve. So let's go ahead and advance the week. And I do want to see the conferences, right? That's something I do want to look at, is who's playing in the conference championships. So, wait, 3.0? We can't study any more than we did? Mary Porter. Well, we got your final exam results back. There is room for improvement. You got straight C's. What? What is happening out here in Kentucky? We're going to have to send Jerry to talk to all the professors. What kind of tests are they giving out? Or maybe talk to Ryan about his studying habits, because clearly he's not studying. He must be studying while watching film or studying while watching TV or playing video games. Like, Ryan, did you study? Yeah, I had the textbook open when I was playing College Football 26 here in the room. I was trying to study through diffusion. You know, if the book is open and in my lap, the knowledge on the paper is just going to diffuse straight into my brain. So maybe that's Ryan's study philosophy. It's what it seems like. Straight C's. That's the most I've ever studied. Fan favorite deactivated, because it always is when the season's over. But like, what is happening out here in Kentucky? Okay, conference championship week. Let's see who plays in the conference championships. But like, what is going on here? Okay, here are the conference championships. If you look at the right side of the screen, that's the best place to see the matchups and records here. So UTEP against Liberty, UNLV against San Jose State, Oklahoma State versus Arizona State, Toledo versus Bowling Green, Georgia State versus Southern Mississippi, Florida Atlantic versus UTSA. Look at the season UTSA is having in the American Conference. 11-1 and 8-0 in the conference. Number 8. Oklahoma made the SEC championship and will face off against the LSU Tigers. Georgia fell. Oklahoma won the tiebreak. So Oklahoma is in the championship. LSU is in the playoff spot at number 11. And even if they lose this game, you should be protected from dropping in the rankings if you make the conference championships. The way the rankings are supposed to work, if you make the championship and lose, it cannot lower your ranking. It can improve your ranking, but it can't drop you. So if the ratings remain true here, even if LSU loses to Oklahoma, they should not move from number 11. So they should have locked in a playoff spot. We'll see if that holds true. Pittsburgh against Miami there. And then you got Michigan versus Ohio State. Big Ten championship. They just played in the regular season finale. Ohio State got the win, took the #1 seed, and Michigan is looking for revenge in the Big Ten championship. Those are some big games this week. I'm excited to see what happens and see the official college football playoff bracket. We won't know till after this week, and we'll see what bowl game we end up locking in. So, do we start studying earlier, or do we just say studying's impossible? Let's not worry about it, right? We're not going to play 4 years anyways. Ryan Gamer is going to play 2 years until his wear and tear moves all the way down, and then he's going to retire to Madden, right? Like, he's going to go back to the pros, and you say back to the pros. Wait, what? Well, don't tell Jerry, right, that I said that. Hopefully the University of Kentucky isn't listening, right? I thought Ryan Gamer had 4 years of eligibility left. Well, he does. Yeah, he definitely does. So we're going to focus on experience, right? Exams are over. Studying doesn't matter now. I don't think we can study. We can't. That's good. I love it. Let's work out. We're going to work out all the time here. Well, yeah, we are. We're going to work out. No, I guess we only have one left to spend, so might as well work out. I mean, might as well focus on health and physical therapy. So now, career health doesn't improve, right? So I think we're locked on our career health that we have. 5 skill points now. Can we improve? Let's see. We should be able to improve throw accuracy by 1, right? Accuracy set. We need 7. We're trying to get throw under pressure above 81, I think, so we can get the resistance badge. This is the one you want. Resist pressure from the pocket. We want that. We got to get to 81 throw under pressure, though. So we need 2 more. Let's advance the week. Who is going to win the conferences, everybody? How is the final college football playoff bracket going to look? We're going to take a look at all of it, though. You better believe it. We got 7 more skill points to spend. We locked in a bowl game, right? So that's massive with that regular season finale. We definitely locked in a good bowl. We should be able to look at the actual bowl games now. So first off, we got to see who made the final top 25, right? Ohio State. They won against Michigan back-to-back. Wait a second. Michigan dropped. LSU won and moved up. Before we take a look at this and break it down, we need to see the scores, because I believe that Michigan just kind of got robbed there in the top 25, right? Okay, so Liberty wins 32-10. San Jose State wins, oh no, UNLV wins 17-14. Arizona State wins 52-38 there for the Big 12. Bowling Green wins 35-16. Southern Miss wins 42-21. And look at this. Florida Atlantic said, UTSA, you are not making the college football playoffs. 44-10. They dropped from 8 to 16. I'm under the impression, at least in real life, the way it's supposed to work theoretically is you should not be punished for making the conference championship and losing. Because then you're better off not playing in the conference championship, right? You're better off, I mean, obviously, you're not going to make, if you don't make the American Conference Championship, you're not going to make the playoffs there for UTSA. So losing, dropping to 16 makes sense for them, right? But typically it's not supposed to drop you. Now, LSU took down Oklahoma 42-24. Oklahoma dropped from 16 to 19. Miami won 27-19, moves to number 2. And the shocking one is this one right here, because keep in mind, look at this. Ohio State won 38-31. This is an incredible team. Both of these teams are incredible. And Ohio State wins twice on the season against Michigan. But the interesting thing is, I don't think Michigan should have dropped here. They moved from 5 to 7. They shouldn't have. Ohio State was the number 1 team in the nation. Michigan was number 5 going into that game. You're supposed to be protected with the conference championships. Maybe that rule has been changed, or maybe it's up to the College Football Playoff Committee to do whatever they want. But they're supposed to be protected. The way it's supposed to work is you should not be penalized from making the conference championship and losing, right? That is interesting. Michigan's not happy. I can tell you that right now. They're more unhappy that they lost twice to Ohio State, right? Oh boy. And Ohio State takes the number 1 team. Miami, Clemson, USC, Alabama, Penn State, Michigan, Texas Tech, Duke, LSU, Arizona State. Indiana is not going to make the playoffs. They're the first team out. So Indiana lost. They won the last game. but it wasn't enough. Duke moved into the spot, and Arizona State with that big conference victory, and Indiana did not win the Big Ten, so they're the first team out of the college football playoff. Now, unless UTSA losing might have changed everything. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket, and then we'll see who won Heisman. So here it is. Your 2026 college football playoff bracket. First round buys are the four highest seeded teams: Ohio State, Miami, Clemson, and USC. Now the matchups. Southern Mississippi takes Indiana's spot there. Southern Miss takes Indiana's spot. Indiana's the first team out. I guess the 5th highest ranked conference winner. Southern Miss takes it over Indiana. A 12-5 seeding playing Alabama. Oh boy, that's in Alabama. That should be a easy win for Alabama, but you never know. Anything can happen. A Duke number 9 against 8 Texas Tech. 11 Arizona State versus 6 Penn State. And then 10 LSU against 7 Michigan. And some of you might be wondering what the star next to the names are. That's conference winners. So Ohio State won the conference. Miami won the conference. LSU, Arizona State. And then the 5th highest ranked conference winner was Southern Miss. That takes the 12th spot over the 12th highest ranked team. So that's why Indiana did not make the playoffs. And look at the final conference standings. LSU gets the win in the conference championship. Oklahoma number 2, Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky locking in number 5. That is a great year here in the Southeastern Conference. And here's your look at the Heisman watch. Now, John Matera has locked this in. There's no games left. So look at this year. 4,161 yards, 33 touchdowns, only 1 interception. That is insane. And add to that 558 rushing yards. Number 2 is Jeremiah Smith, 1,600 yards and 17 touchdown catches. What an incredible year for Jeremiah Smith. DJ Lagway there, number 3, only throwing 2 interceptions. Listen, the Heisman mostly cares about interceptions. I learned that in the last game. So I don't think Ryan Gamer will ever win a Heisman. I throw way too many interceptions, right? So Julian Sand there for Ohio State, 51 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions, 5,000 yards. How is he not number 1? I'm telling you, all the Heisman cares about is dual threat quarterbacks and not throwing interceptions. 5 interceptions to 51, even with less rushing yards. He should be number 1. Now, I don't know how many rushing touchdowns John has had, but I mean, I don't know. These stats are insane right here. Like, that is an insane year for Ohio State's quarterback. And then Rocco Beck there, number 5. But one thing I've learned is the Heisman watch cares mostly with quarterback about rushing yards along with passing and only throwing 1 or 2 interceptions. And I do want to point out, I looked through the awards. We did not actually win any of the awards, any Kentucky players, but our tight end got number 8 on best tight end list. I thought he would be higher. He had a great year. And our kicker got number 10 on the best kicker list. So we didn't have any players there in the top. Kozart was not in any of the wide receiver ones. So we actually have practice this week on the bye week. So if you simulate, does it give you? I don't think it gives you experience. So I'm just going to play through practice, then we'll do the weekly agenda. Okay, so practice went really well, and we unlocked another extra play call, right? So that's great. Time for the weekly agenda. We have 7 energy, and we can't study, right? It's the end of the semester anyways. Look, we're failing. All that study for the last semester doesn't matter because it's a new semester next year. So now we're going to focus on skill points. Let's try to get as many skill points as we can before bowls. Why not? And that's 7. That's all we need. So we better focus on our health the rest of the way. Make sure we're in good health. Our career health is already terrible, right? It's already awful. But yeah, let's advance the week here. 7 skill points to spend. You better believe we're going to spend them next week. I forgot to look at what bowl we have. I keep forgetting. We know we have a bowl game, right? I guess we're going to leave it for a surprise here. Right? Whenever it happens. There it is. John Mateer wins the Heisman Trophy. Congrats to John there from Oklahoma. What a year. He did have a great year. So did Jeremiah Smith, right? Look at this! Kentucky and Indiana battle in the Music City Bowl. This is awesome. That is so cool. A SEC Big Ten battle. Kentucky, Indiana. That is awesome. That's going to be such a fun game. And Indiana is the first team out of the college football playoff. They are not happy, right? Their playoff spot got taken by Southern Miss, right? Like, they're not happy. That 5th highest conference winner got the spot, and that conference winner was Southern Miss, which automatically puts them in the playoff. The 5th highest one gets the 12th seed locked in no matter what. So you're in the top 12. It doesn't matter because that conference winner gets prestige over Indiana. So you know they're not happy. They're going to be playing angry here in our first bowl game. So it's going to be awesome, though. I'm so excited. Now, before we dive in, I do want to go ahead and upgrade Ryan. It's going to be a really fun bow game, right? I'm so excited. So we're going to improve accuracy before the bow. What does throw under pressure get to? 78, so it just goes up by 1. So we have to 7, 14, 21. Once we spend 21 more skill points and improve accuracy 3 more times, we'd unlock resistance. We're 87 overall. What a year. Come on. That is incredible. But let's see how these two teams match up here. So it's going to show season stats here. We've averaged 27 points a game. They've averaged 30. Look how many passing yards, 316. They've averaged 255, but look at their rushing yards. We have not ran the ball well whatsoever. 68 versus their 145. I don't know their overall, but Payne is the impact player. Honestly, he has been the impact player. Him and Kozart and Williams have played great. Oh, here we go. Indiana dropped to 77? What is going on? They were 79 and we're 82, 84, 79. Now, it does always reset like the composure and everything in the offseason. So I guess that was all from momentum and composure. They were 79. They dropped to 77. Now, they've had a great record despite their overall. But defense 76? I'll take a look at their depth chart, but we should be able to throw all over them. Theoretically, we'll see how it plays out. It's a neutral site game, so we don't have to worry about home or away here. So it's just going to be fun. We're going to go out there and dominate everybody. Let's close the season with 9 wins here for Ryan Gamer's freshman year. But thank you all for watching this video to the end. If you got some enjoyment, drop a like. It really helps the channel. And subscribe for more. There's plenty more content you can tune into here on the Gamer Ability YouTube channel. And I will see you in the final episode of freshman year. Our first bowl game, the Music City Bowl, Kentucky versus Indiana. And as always, have a fantastic day, everybody.